supposed to walk either today or tomorrow to the Black Fort. Either that or perhaps visit Aonghasa. Black Fort is way across the bay up there. When we leave on Sunday, we're taking one of these big white ones. Steve and I just jumped on a tour for €15 per person that takes you to the major sites of the island. The other fort, something Aonghasa. I know it's Angus is the last part, because it's supposed to be pouring down rain tomorrow. We will see. Or you can go snorkeling with seals. Yeah? The tide is just starting to come in.
They're not lucky anymore, he's gone. He ran out to look, the poor fella. And then here on the right hand side we have the ruins of the old Protestant church with the air conditioning. See there? That's the Protestant church there with the air conditioning.
Fishing and tourism are the two main industries.
Cattle grazing. It grew for 70 students, 12 teachers and 70 students. And it's all done, of course, through the gate. Across the way there, the coastline and the mountains, Connemara. It's 9 miles across from where the ferry comes from. Inches, and you'll hit on that stone there again underneath. So that's where now the most of their vegetables here comes in from the mainland. Called Dún Ócail, it's a circular fort, and that fort is 2,000 years old. And the fishermen still use it on the island as a landmark, because at the highest point of the island, so the fishermen still use it as a landmark. But the fort... Big cattle drive here now. Yep. Big fat.
There's a nice little thatched cottage.
So you have the old and you have the new. You see where the leprechaun lives? Where he used to make the shoes for the horses back in the old days. The blacksmith. Now a fella comes in with the shoes already made, puts them on the horses, and away you go.
It's actually pronounced Angus. You can see the road up to the fort, and you can see what the fields look like. Okay, seen it, done. The thing to do in the Aran Islands is you come for the day, rent a bike, cycle the whole island, get back on the ferry, and you're done. All the little tour buses and bikers stop here. Sell sweaters, food, coffee, ice cream.
And even the islander himself now has to be able to prove that he's actually working and living here, otherwise he won't get planning either. Now if you walked over there to the very far right hand corner, you'd find 7 Romans buried there. Roman scholars or students who came here to join the school in the 8th century. They lived out their life and they're buried over in that far corner. There's a little plaque on the wall that would tell you about them. Called it the 7 churches after the 7 Romans, but there's actually only 2 churches in here. The other 5 smaller buildings were the homes where the monks lived. There were Benedictine monks that lived there at that time, Benedictine. And that's the worst graveyard now, because it floods there when they get very heavy rain, and they have to dig out the stone to try to get the coffins down. So some of the coffins in here would only be a few inches below ground level. There's a small gate here, you can go and have a look around, and I'll go down and turn the bus.
Pray for me. The original small church. Blue Flag Beach.
And February of 2014 we had a big storm here with over 100 mile an hour winds, very high tides. It tore up the road here in front and it pushed the stone across. So there were 3 sections of this road was washed away. So this road was closed for over 4 months. We couldn't come this way.
Our guide was saying before that they've got a flying priest, that he flies between the 3 different islands doing mass. He's got a small little plane. I wanted to know what about the flying nun.
From Connemara, they were carried in by the ice, going back to
Can
the
you
time of the
believe
Ice
that?
Age. That's how they came to be here on the island.
From Connemara.
So they came in with the ice, and wherever it melted, that's where they sat. You have those big boulders, you have them all over the island.
Some grey seals.
There's usually about 30 of them now stay there in that particular area the whole year round, and then when the tide is out they just lie up on the rocks there, grey seal. And he's also protected now as well, so the fishermen are not allowed to shoot them anymore. Kelp, that's soaps and all other things. It's much smaller here in summertime, but it never dries out because there's a well there at the corner that feeds it, a spring. So we have water here all the time.